Okay, here's my sound preferences. I like a variety of different tunings, but really what gets my juices flowing, starting from the lower octaves, is in the bass. I like my bass punchy, tight, fast with a kick. I like a little bit of energy down there, maybe a little bit of warmth, but not too much getting into bass bleeding. It's got to have enough weight to make male vocals, make piano, cello, percussions, have the right tonality. When it comes to my mids, I do like my mids and mid clarity, but I don't like too forward a mid, so that's the upper mids I'm talking about. So keep the pinna gain down a little bit and not make it too forward a presentation. And when it comes to the highs, I do like my sparkly highs. At my age, I'm probably losing a little bit of the high frequencies. But not too much where it's sibilant and in your face. So that's what I like.
1, 2, 3, y... 4. Oye, dale. Miguelito. Bambi Hayes. Frontera Bugalú, Rachetón. Hey, pa' que sepa, dale mi negrita, baby, baila. Ese cuerpito de tequila y playa. Mi maíta en bikini soleada. Bien cabrón cuando baila rebajada. Ese bajo mueve tan chévere. Muy suelta con ritmo bien heavy. Tan prendida cuando me lo pida. Y el culazo cuando me lo pida. Dale, baby, tíralo para atrás. Tira una cumbia con dale nalga. Moviendo la cadera como soltera. Peleando 50, otra manera. Ella, dale, baby, tíralo para atrás. Para atrás. Hey. Peleando 50, otra manera. Ella. No hay nadie como ella. No hay nadie como ella. Bambi Hayes. La manera que te mueve sensual como terapia. Tiene todo lo que yo quiero como lap de rap. Me convierte en un bounce y un flow bien chapi. Yo la canto para ti que como tú no hay copy. Préndelo y trágate el humo. Esta colombiana chipa le gusta como yo fumo. Sabe que me atrae, mami, no lo disimulo. Dejemos de charlar, ahora vamos a comenzar. Dale, hey.
All right, coming at you with another one. I'm thrilled to have all these ones that I can share. Never heard of Sony before in an IEM, which is odd. So this is the Sony Ier-M9. Funky little shells. So again, they're probably on the medium size, that's for sure. Smaller nozzles. Kind of have this carbon fiber top plate on here. Using an MMCX, but almost a proprietary because of the sockets, the way they go in. I'm not going to take it out. And I'm using stock cable here, which is fantastic. It's in a 3.5, don't really care. Slightly tangly, oh my god, on the bottom end. I'll have to figure this out later. But what I really love about this set, before I jump into anything else, I mean, I do love MMCX and the fact that I love the rotatable factor versus 2-pin. I know there's some haters out there for MMCX, but you got it wrong. I'm just joking. But this really soft part here with the ear hooks is kind of stand out. Man, I wish other manufacturers would do that. So fitment, again, fabulous. Again, it's very subjective. Everyone's ears are different, but at least they're on the smaller side of shells with the longer nozzle, so they should fit, hopefully, more people, right? So now I just also came off the Quadbrid Unique Melody Mest Mark II with their 4 different kinds of drivers. This one is one kind of driver. It's 5 balanced armatures of unknown origin and make. It's tuned similarly to the Mest Mark II with the recessed upper mids and the Great Treble extension. But I think this one is actually just tuned slightly better with a wider stage and a more body in the lower mids. And this was better one for me than the Mest. More balanced and more natural sounding. Now, this one, when it came out, was $2,000 Canadian. But I think you can get it for. Oh yeah, so now you see it for around $900 USD to around $1,500, depends on the sale price. But under $1,000 now, you could probably pick up this set. So, as we jump into this review, I came away with some thoughts, and let me share that with you. I think this is a smooth, balanced, easy to listen to set, and it was one of these sets where it was a little harder to actually listen to critically, because if you listen to it critically, yes, you can pull apart some of its things that it falls down if you don't like that particular tuning. But there had some very redeeming qualities about it as well. It is a very easy to listen to IEM. There's nothing really offensive about it. Whether, again, the tuning is for you, follow along in this review, right? So the BA bass, which is kind of interesting, it's quite full and decently natural tuning. This is one of these BA basses that really do sound more like a dynamic driver. Where it does fall down, though, I was listening to some bass-heavy tracks, and it's the BAs saturate. It sounds like they just can't take that much information. They can't output that much information. They try, but it's not a dynamic driver. And that's a big difference between a dynamic driver and its output volume versus a BA. I think a dynamic driver just does that so much better. The mids are quite uncolored, and they feel not entirely filled out. Male vocals do have nice weight. When I was listening to Higher by a local boy named Michael Bublé, a great set for jazz, trumpets, piano, all solid, nicely done. Upper mids are elevated in, I think, all the right places. It was a great playback. When I was listening to Believe Me by Ellie Goulding, female vocals, good, but it sounds like it's missing a sharpness, an edge to the vocals that should be there, and they're not. When I was throwing on some 41, I Am Not the One. You can play the M9 very loud with rock. It's kind of polite on the top end, unoffensive in the treble, but rock genre playback would the IEM. The M9 is probably not my first choice, that's for sure. It's missing, again, some of the energy that it needs to play back rock properly, cymbal crashes, that kind of stuff. It was just kind of muted. Is it a fun playback? Yeah, absolutely. Is it playing back tonally correct? I'm going to go with a no on that one. So punk rock is out, and the bass on the M9 is just a tad too polite. It's too laid back for me. Again, I'm going to throw on some more rock with Halsey, Without Me. Another vocal-centric female track that reinforces my thoughts that the Sony is just too laid back in its tuning to accurately portray female vocals. Stage on this one, though better than the Mest Mark II, in my opinion, which is again, stage is a weird thing. It's different from everyone. But I hear the M9 as the stage is always coming from the center of my head. Has amazing width and height differentials, but the depth is always right there. So that's why I say it's just kind of, it's good, but again, it's a different kind of presentation. It's more immersive in it versus 3D. So when I was listening to The Traveler by Joe Satriani, again, listening to his 6-string guitar, they sound good. It's just not electric enough. Too tame, too unnatural. Listening to it, I didn't have the emotion that electric guitar brings forth, and the M9 just didn't bring it out to me. It wasn't, again, I'm going to use the word electric enough because that's the way I felt when I was listening to it. Again, bass on the Sony sounds more DD than BA, which is sometimes a compliment. But then when it has decent decay and texture too, so it really does sound more dynamic driver like. And I think that overall, to just wrap the Ier-M9 up, it's, if you're not critically listening to this set, it's a nice listen. It's a great IEM, totally inoffensive, smooth, nothing but chill. Again, that recessed upper mids do make a more of a hollow sounding presentation. So if you're a big female vocal fan, you're probably not going to like this set. If you listen to lots of strings and airy instruments, probably not for you. And again, rock, rap, reggae, probably out. Kind of running out of things to say. I like the set, but I would, if I owned it, I'd sell it. I would get rid of it just because it doesn't do enough specialness to have me keep it around, and I wouldn't reach for it specifically. Because I don't think it's, again, one of these sets that is an all-rounder you can just pick up, throw whatever is on your DAP, and away you go. Again, I was using the DX340 for my source solely on this one. And I did actually throw it on some tubes. Again, I was using the Nunchaku just to hear what it would do on that one too. It's a nice set, but not for me. Once again, and I really do love sharing stuff like this because if you have something like this that you've been looking at, should I pick it up? See a used set, still probably going to be $1,000, even used or traded up with somebody else. Just wanted to share if this is something that you might be interested in, and I'll pull up a graph here. You can look at that, or I'll put it in the front of the thing in the slideshow. You can see that it does sound very much like it graphs. If you're a bass head, you're not going to be a fan of this one either. So just so you know what you're heading into, and I encourage you to maybe, have good friends like I do that loan you stuff and get you a chance to listen to. So greatly appreciated, and thank you so much, Mr. Seekin, for the loaner of this bad boy. And I'm really glad. I was listening to it all last night, and just thinking to myself, I was reading and trying to, and I was like, you know what, this is a really nice chill set. It's actually a pretty good set. I like it, but then a song would come on and it would go, all right, no. And I really wanted to switch it out to something that I enjoy more. So, but you might like it. Out for now.